previously on the Trey King Show.
Pick Steve Harvey as the representative for all things black. Steve Harvey, let's keep funky. Steve Harvey is on his third marriage. His third wife was mistress to his second wife. Yet, black people have anointed this the oracle when it comes to black dating. This nigga wrote a book on dating. You on your third wife, homie. With all respect, why can't we pick a nigga that know what he's talking about? Not D.L. Hughley, married for 25 years, same woman. Steve Harvey.
Think about how quickly he moved forward from me to Marjorie. That was disturbing. With all the emails and the text messages and the different things that were that I was finding out about, I thought the least that he could do, make me whole at the end of it. He left. He just left, walked out the door. Once he realized that I was going to divorce him, he walked out the door. He had a shoulder bag. He walked out. Went right to New York, to our apartment that we had there, which I never got to see, by the way, but... And then she joined him there. Marjorie joined him there. Never an apology. Steve never said that he was sorry. He had our housekeeper pack his belongings up and forward those belongings to New York. And after that, that was it. When it was time to go before the judge, Steve did not show up. I was standing there alone with his attorney, at least the attorney that was representing us. He did not show. And the judge said, okay, you're divorced. That was that. The not having closure part was really devastating. But on top of that, he took my Winton. Took my Winton from me. He turned my son against me. Had me evicted from our house. Thrown out. All the businesses, all the money, the cars. At a moment when I was down and devastated, he maneuvered everything. He manipulated the courts, everything against me. He went to court and under oath said that on his own he had built this whole thing by himself. And I just sat at the table and cried. I cried through the whole thing, and I fell apart. I was crying. I couldn't focus. I couldn't answer any of the questions that they were asking me, and I woke up, everything was gone. It was just gone.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to hit you out another video. Hope y'all having a very great day. Hope y'all had a very great weekend also. My day is going absolutely marvelous. Big shout out to all the channel members, all subscribers of the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, yes, we have an update to an update to an update. Now, I first did this story back in February of 2017 when it first broke, yes. And the first person I heard break the story about Marjorie Harvey having, yes, babies by two first cousins or two second cousins, whichever one they are. I think they're first cousins or second. You all let me know which one it is. It don't matter, they're cousins, they're related. The first person who put this out there on a national stage was Tony Rock, from what I heard. So big shout out to Tony Rock for releasing that hot off the press story back in 2017. Now, in 2017 also, I made a video about what Tony Rock said about Steve Harvey and also Marjorie Harvey. And basically, the video went viral in February of 2017. But backtrack a month before then, January of 2017, Marjorie Harvey, ex-husband Jim Townsend, aka Jimmy, was released from federal prison. Now, Jim Townsend is Marjorie Harvey, ex-husband, who was sentenced to life in prison, yes, for selling drugs. He was a big-time drug dealer. Now, what's really so appalling about the whole thing with Jim, because he's been laying out a lot of revelations also. And also, a big shout out to you, Jim, for telling your truth. Now, I'm going to say this also. Jim has a book coming out. I thought it was coming out today, actually. I'm a month early. It comes out June the 1st, and it's a book titled Snakes in the Garden, where he's basically exposing his relationship with Marjorie Harvey and a few other key details, and also certain aspects of his life that we don't know about. So I'm definitely going to go check that book out. I wish you all would go check that book out also. Now, recently, Jim Townsend was doing an interview with Tasha K, and I'm sure a lot of you all know about Tasha K by now. I mean, who don't? Her and Cardi B situation. But anyway, he was on Tasha K show doing an interview with her, basically doing like what they call like a photo op or whatnot. You know, basically promoting the book. And that's how more things were coming out also. And it's shocking what Jim Townsend told Tasha K what Steve Harvey said after Jim Townsend's son told Steve Harvey, "You ain't my daddy." Steve Harvey bounced right back and said, "Well, where his punk ass at? See, I came in here to rescue your mama. I'm her knight in shining armor." Ain't that something right there? So, you know, you call the man a punk ass. You never even met the man. And from what all you heard about the man is not a punk. The man was a street guy. You know what I'm saying? Basically, somewhat like a drug dealer type gangster dude. Now, I'm not trying to sit up here and take up for a man that sell drugs and anything like that, doing anything wrong. But the point is, you know damn well Jim Townsend was not a punk ass. So for you to sit there and say that about this man to his son, I can imagine more of what you said. Now, I'm going to have to show you word for word because I ain't trying to be sued or nothing like that. I ain't trying to throw shots at Tasha K, Cardi B situation, nothing like that. Because I already know Steve be watching. And also, do you all remember around like February or March of 2017 when my video went viral, because I was one of the first ones to do the video about Steve Harvey. He had the nerve, yes, and he should have, because I wouldn't blame him if somebody talk about me, I'm going to talk about them. But out of all the people who made videos about him, I'm the only person that he had on the show, basically, you know, playing the audio or whatnot. And then you had Junior with his not funny self trying to laugh at me or whatnot. Junior, you need to get you some jokes or whatnot. But anyway, that was really troubling me. So I can only imagine what today is going to be like or whatnot if he happened to hear this today or tomorrow or whenever. But the point is, we're going to let the truth be the truth. Now ask yourself this. What kind of man get up there and talk to another man's son just like that? And that's what Jim Townsend's son had told him. That's not coming from me. And then also, for a person to sit up here and talk about relationships so much and how a man should have his life together and how a man should come to the table with something, and guess what? I agree. A man should have his life together. A man should have a career or, a job at least, if not a career. A man should have his own car, his own place to stay. But at the same time, Steve, my problem with the whole situation with you, how you try to tear men down and build women up, and women, most time when he's telling y'all this, he's only building you up with lies and whatnot. It's all lies because that does not work that way. Try doing some of the stuff he says and see if it'll work for you. Now, recently, Steve Harvey was also doing a podcast with blogger Shannon Sharp, who happened to be an ex-football player or whatnot. A lot of these people trying to be YouTubers now and whatnot once their careers gone sour. But anyway, now Steve Harvey was recently on Shannon Sharp podcast basically saying that men need to come to the table with something, basically downing men like he always does. And you got to ask yourself, if the men's supposed to be the ones coming to the table with something, which they should, what do the women have to bring? I mean, we don't live in 1950 no more, sir. We don't live in 1900 no more. It takes two, unless you got a good job or some kind of good thing going on in your life. It takes two people to survive out here in the real world. Let's just be for real. Because not everybody is going to be a damn TV star. Not everybody's going to be a singer. Not everybody's going to be an actor. Not everybody's going to be a damn YouTuber that's successful or whatnot. So therefore, it takes two. Yes, it takes two to tango. It takes two people with a good income or a decent income to make it. Because maybe one person is not going to make it on their own. If you make it only like $12, $15 an hour, guess what? You would need somebody else that would make $12, $15 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So don't sit up here and tell women that they basically don't have to come to the table with anything, just their vagina and themselves, and that a man's supposed to provide everything. Now, that may work back in your day, Steve, by you being 65 or 66 years old, but that does not work anymore. Times are changed. Things are high. Inflation is on the rise. And guess what? People need to get their act together. Now, also, what's really more troubling is the fact, Steve Harvey, that, and I got to applaud you in a way because you do talk about God in the morning. You do talk about relationships and changing. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Let's go back to Marjorie Harvey, your first wife. They say that you stepped out on Marjorie Harvey. And also, while you stepped out on Marjorie Harvey, your first wife, that's when you met Mary, your second wife, the one that everybody know about or whatnot. Now, I'm going to be like this. If Mary helped build you up, what the hell did Marsha do? Marsha had to help build you up also. And also, why won't you take care of that situation with you and Mary? If you know Mary helped you achieve some kind of status, if she was there driving you to these events when you was, coming up in the game or whatnot before you had a platform and had a lot of money, why not make it right between that woman and give that woman some money? You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, she put in her time. You know what I'm saying? Marjorie Harvey didn't put in no damn time. Marjorie came when you had the money. Now, it's also alleged that Marjorie Harvey and Steve met years and years ago. But at that time, Steve did not have his money right. So once Steve got his money right, a little bit after the Kings of Comedy and a few other projects that he had going on, that's when him and Marjorie Harvey hooked up. And also, he hooked up with Marjorie while he was still with Mary. You get what I'm saying? So let's think about this. You had your first wife, Marsha. You were seeing Mary while you were still married to Marsha, as you all see below. And while you was married to Mary, that's when you started seeing Marjorie. You get what I'm saying? So you the same guy sit up here and tell the world, tell these women what they should look out for a man. Really, in all honesty, it sounds like you're talking about yourself, allegedly. You get what I'm saying? We have to put that word out there. Because, I mean, if you're going to tell a woman what to look out for, why not point a mirror at yourself and say, look out for guys like me who would tell you any damn thing just to get by? Now, also what's really more troubling is the fact that it was an interview done with Steve Harvey and Lori Harvey. And we already know Lori Harvey have been with damn near every goddamn body in Hollywood. Let's just be for real. I mean, damn, did she dump Michael B. Jordan or did Michael B. Jordan dump her? And Michael B. Jordan, you better learn. You better learn to pick a better cream of crop. Now, what's really more troubling about the whole situation with Lori Harvey is that she had the nerve to ask Steve on live television who was his favorite. And that means who was his favorite child. And guess what Steve said? Even though Lori Harvey is his stepdaughter. And there should be no competition between stepchildren and biological children. But what kind of person sits up there and asks about on live TV who is your favorite child? And you know him what he's going to say. And guess what he said? Said Lori Harvey. Now imagine how your other children must feel. Imagine how your son Whitney must have felt. And also your other son Broderick. And also your twins. I did not even know Steve Harvey had that many kids. I only thought he had one child or whatnot. So you can see where this whole situation going. Now, I'm going to tell you all this right here also. Backtrack to Marjorie Harvey. If you're with somebody and you think to yourself, would this person be with me if I ain't have nothing? Would this person still be my wife or my husband if I didn't have a dime, a pot to piss in, or a window to throw out? You get what I'm saying? Now, if you have to think about it for more than 10 seconds or 5 seconds, chances are you already got your answer right there. No, they would not be with you if you didn't have nothing. And also, what's up with people just wait till you have your life together, wait till you have a good job or a career to want to be with you? That means you try to tie into what I have. How about we build together? How about we come up together? That's the way it's supposed to be in life. And now to my people I'm talking to, do you think for yourself, looking at Steve Harvey and also Marjorie Harvey, would Marjorie be with Steve if Steve didn't have no damn money? Hell no, because her own ex-husband Jim was saying on Tasha K, the interview thing, that basically she was talking about guys with big lips or whatnot, called big lips soup coolers. And basically we're talking about, Steve was just like a dad figure to her. She looked at him like, like her dad or whatnot. So when a woman tells you that, or a man tells you, you're like a mama to him or whatnot, or you give him that motherly vibe, chances are they are looking for security or whatnot. Now, picture this right here. If you have a woman who was dating number drug dealers or whatnot, and one of them happened to go to prison, and then she go get with the cousin, have a baby by the cousin also, and he gets sentenced to life in prison, and then she waits till you build yourself up, leave your wife to go be with her. Do you think that she would be with you if you didn't have no damn money? Because guess what? She wouldn't date nobody broke. Now get this, I'm not telling you to date nobody broke, but at the same time, where is the love at? Now also, Jim stated that while Steve Harvey and Marjorie was dating or whatnot, he was still talking to Marjorie almost every day. So upon Marjorie and Steve getting married, guess what? 3 days later, the phone is disconnected or whatnot. Now think about this. Think about this, and we're going to close up very soon. Think about this. If a guy is a big-time drug dealer, you his wife, you know damn well what's going on, right? Now, around this time before the heat came down, Marjorie Harvey was pregnant with Jim's daughter. And Jim, being the man that he is, They were trying to take Marjorie to prison also with Jen. They were trying to give her, a long prison sentence. I don't know if they would have gave her life or whatnot, but they were trying to send her to the federal prison also. But basically, Jim being a man that he is, trying to be a stand-up guy, thinking that Marjorie going to have his back. Guess what? He took the whole rap and said Marjorie did not have anything to do with it. She did not know anything that was going on. Now ask yourself this right here. If you with somebody, you married to them, and they're a big-time drug dealer, you know damn well they don't get up to go to work. You know damn well they ain't got no damn trust fund nowhere. You know they ain't into no Bitcoin or nothing like that. You know the money got to be coming from somewhere, right? Right. So upon Jim getting sent to prison for life, guess what? That's when everything changed. And that's when Marjorie went and closed the door on him and went and found the cousin that was selling drugs and had a baby by him. And then once he got locked up, guess what? Stay single for a while, mingle a little bit, and wait till Steve come up. But my main problem with Steve Harvey and what he stands for is the fact that you sit up here and put out there that men's supposed to be a certain way, but you never say that about women. I know women are your biggest audience. I know they are your biggest, sponsors or whatnot, supporters. So of course, being in your right mind, you're not going to go against them, right? But at the same time, is that love? Is that being truthful with you all? Because the person that love you and want to see you better will tell you the truth, right? How else would you get better if somebody will tell you right? So for you to sit up here and tell the world and have people thinking that men's supposed to be a certain way while women can be any kind of way they want to be and a man's still supposed to accept that, that's the wrong message to send out. And that's why a lot of guys have a problem with Steve Harvey, for those who can read between the lines. Now, get this. Like I was saying earlier, it's a good thing that you talk about God on your radio show in the morning. But at the same time, it's crazy how some of you guys live to be, old, and you didn't think about all that when you was younger. But the moment y'all get older and get a lot of money, that's when you want to preach to the world how to be. But guess what, though? If you're going to preach to the world, at least do like Barry White said. Practice what you preach. Now, the best thing to do, the right thing to do, if you know that you didn't do right by Mary Harvey or whatnot, your ex-wife, is to make that right between you and Mary. Now, you put a gag order on Mary Harvey around 2011 or whatnot when she started telling her truth on YouTube and exposing a lot of things. And big shout out to Essie Berry for standing by Mary and putting a lot of the information out. Even though Essie Berry happened to be the wife of the late actor Rerun, who happened to play on the show What's Happening, for those who remember that show back then. So it's a good thing that Essie Berry been beside Mary Harvey's side this whole time. But at the same time, like you say about making things right, if you want to make things right in your life, now is the time to do something. At least do it very soon. Because guess what? This book is going to tell a lot of things that's been going on or whatnot. But also in closing, Steve, the best thing that I would do if I was you, if I was with somebody and once I made it big, I left that person to go be with somebody else and that person helped me to get to where I need to be, what you should do is dig inside your soul and also your pockets and pay this woman. Now, you told Shannon Sharp that you went broke or whatnot after making $30-some million after the Kings of Comedy tour and all this. You told Shannon Sharp that you had $1,750 inside your account. But I find that hard to believe because if you only had $1,750, how are you still able to afford them houses and cars and whatnot? Who in the hell can afford all that on $1,750? Now, also, when you check Steve Harvey's worth now, he's worth over $200 million. So guess what? You may have had the money then. You damn sure got it now. So if you didn't do right by your ex-wife or your ex-wives, you need to make that right. And the way you do that is, up with some of that money or whatnot. Why should Marjorie Harvey ride off in the sunset after these women have put in all that work or whatnot? And that's what the women need to be aware of right there. And the men also. It's a sad thing. Now think about this, women. Think about this. All the things that you all hear Steve Harvey say, which are some good things, which are some nonsense things. Now ask yourself this. Have you ever heard him talk about making the past right or whatnot? We all have a past. We all made mistakes or whatnot. I'm not perfect. I made past. I hurt some people. And guess what? I did my best to go back and apologize to those people. I don't have no children or whatnot. I ain't hurt nobody. I ain't leaving nobody. And that's another thing I cannot stand. People who leave somebody else in the middle of a relationship, whether you're dating or married, just to go be with somebody else. And guess what? Those same people that do that, they wind up alone. Yes, they wind up alone later on in life. Now, true enough, Steve Harvey and Marjorie Harvey still together. Guess what? Birds of a feather flock together or whatnot. So my thing is this right here. If you are the man that you say you are, if you are, going to stand your ground and practice what you preach, the best thing to do is to make it right with your ex-wives and whatnot, and make it right with your children. Stop trying to portray Laura Harvey around like that's your only daughter. When you have other daughters, you have twins, and also you have sons. So why not promote them like you do Laura Harvey? Now, you sit up here and tell us about God or whatnot. So we take your advice, take our advice too. Now, Now, if you sit up here and want to, change your image or be a certain way to the world, that's your prerogative. That's your right. But at the same time, if you know you did not do right by somebody and you still alive, you still got money, and you up in age or whatnot, why not make it right? Why not make it right? That's what the people will look at the most. Well, look, he did this, he did that, but at least he made it right with the person or whatnot. You get what I'm saying? Because none of us is perfect. That's what I'm trying to say right there. But anyway, when that book come out next month on the 1st, you all make sure you all go get that book by Jim Townsend, Snakes in the Garden. That's going to be a great book that's going to expose a lot of damn things. But at the same time, we have a lot of people, especially on YouTube and also on the radio, but I'm not talking about the radio really, on YouTube, telling you all one thing and living another life or whatnot. And it's sad that these guys be this old to sit up. And it's sad that some of these guys be this old and have not figured that out yet. And look here, you can tell some of the people, some things. Now look, you can tell. Now look, you can fool. Now look, you can fool the people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Think about that. But at the same time, practice what you preach and be the man that you're supposed to be. Be the man that you profess to be. And also, I can't tell you how to treat your husband, your wife, or your girlfriend or boyfriend if I have not done right about mine in the past and whatnot. Think about that today. It's time to practice what you preach. Anyway, I let you all know what I think. You all let me know what you think. And as the book come out and as more come out, because Jim going to tell it all, I will keep you all updated. But anyway, it's sad that 6 years later, guess what? Everything I said 6 years ago is finally coming to fruition, finally coming to the light. And guess what? That's what the truth. Once you tell the truth, you can always stand on that. Anyway, the word for the day is keep it real. You all let me know what you think about this story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me and we can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also, share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed, and I'll see you all soon on the next Trey King Show. And guess what? I'm out.